Good day. I'm Paulene Joy Tolentino and I am with Kim Pentason. We are from the section BS Psychology 3B and we are about to report the GAWAD sa MANLILIKHAs ng BAYAN or the National Living Treasures Award. Or in short, we call it GAMABA. This term refers to a person or group of artists awarded by the government of the Philippines for their contribution to the country's intangible cultural heritage, meaning it is a Filipino citizen or a group of Filipino citizens engaged in any traditional art that is uniquely Filipino. They are making arts that mirrors their tradition on groups they belong. Mostly, this award was given to people in an ethnic group because we all know that ethnic groups are the ones that really preserves the culture they have since birth. It is a continuous practice that have been passed on and widely presented through generations in his or her community, and most especially with the same degree of the artistic competence. In this presentation, looking at the right side, we can notice that there is a picture of a medal, or we can formally say it's an emblem, which is given to those people awarded or recognized as one of the GAMABA. The next one is the Republic Act 7355, an act providing for the recognition of the national living treasures, otherwise known as the Manlilikha ng Bayan, and the promotion and development of traditional folk arts, providing funds therefore and for other purposes. So, stated on the definition, it is for the recognition who's really doing crafts that is purely Filipino and symbolizes their ethnic groups. These people are also called living treasures. Rather, not only the people itself, but also the art they carry to different generations. This Republic Act was formalized on the year 1992. It was known as the Manlilikha ng Bayan Act. The government sector that oversees its implementation was the National Commission for the Culture and Arts. The award is tied with a program that ensures the transfer of their skills to new generations in their community, as well as for the promotion of their arts locally and internationally. This arts was in different categories that will be discussed later on. First, we're going to look what are the criteria and qualities that a person must possess in order for him or her to be recognized and be one of those gamaba. So the first one is an inhabitant of an indigenous traditional cultural community anywhere in the Philippines that has preserved indigenous customs, beliefs, rituals, and traditions, and or has syncretized whatever external elements that have influenced it. Just like what I've said earlier, one must be a member of an indigenous group, and then they must also preserve their customs or beliefs as well as traditions they have or embraced since birth. For example, an ethnic group was doing pottery and then weaving, instruments, literature, so they must practice this as times goes by. Because the word preserved here in the meaning or in the definition stated means that it should be practiced and not just knowing the informations about it. The next one is must have engaged in a folk art tradition that has been in existence and documented for at least 50 years. So no wonder why those awardees are old, because one of the criteria, their art must be documented for at least 50 years. The next one is must have consistently performed or produced over a significant period works of superior and distinctive quality. So just like the word preserved in the number one bullet or the first bullet, it must be performed or produced over a significant period of years with distinctive quality. So meaning the first art or the quality on the first art they've done must be maintained through time of production. The fourth one is must possess a mastery of tools and materials needed by the art and must have an established reputation in the art as master and maker of works of extraordinary technical quality. So the person who will be awarded must mastered how to create the specific art. They must know the materials needed, the process, the step-by-step process in order to form it, as well as the techniques that is necessary to maintain the quality they have introduced. The last one is must have passed and or will pass on to other members of the community their skills in the folk arts for the community is traditionally. So here, the art must be passed on through generations in their community. So the younger generation must know how to execute or how to do the arts they were known for. It is not enough that they have the knowledge on how to do it or the history of their art, but the special thing is they know how to do it, they know how to execute it and produce it again and again. Not only for the production, but also for the preservation of their culture and traditions. But due to age, or if they are old enough, and this results for the incapability to teach his or her work, the person will still be recognized if he or she had created a significant body of works and or has consistently displayed excellence in the practice of his or her art, thus achieving important contribution for its development. The second one is has been instrumental in the revitalization of his or her community's artistic tradition, has been passed on to and other members of the community skills in the folk arts for which the community is traditionally known. And the last one, community has recognized him or her as the master and teacher of his or her craft. Those are the qualifications and criteria that must be met in order to be considered as one of the living treasures or be one of the members of the GAMABA. Now, let's go on to the categories and the artist under it. So the first category is literature. The first artist was Ginao Bilog. He is a poet, so advocate of preserving the traditional form of his tribe called ambahan. So ambahan is a kind of poem consisting of 7-syllable lines which most of the time contains messages of love and friendship. So he was awarded in the year 1993. His group was Hanunuo Mangyan, located at Panaytayan, Oriental Mindoro. The next one is Federico Caballero. He is an epic chanter. Epics of Panay Bukidnon, Amburukay, Tikum Kaljum are examples of his epics. He preserved his community's oral tradition by tediously documenting epics of his ancestors that are in near danger of disappearance. So his group was Sulod Bukidnon at Kalinog, Iloilo. He was awarded on the year 2000. The third one is music and dance. So the third person was Alonso Saklag. He is a musician and a dancer. He established the Kalinga Budong dance troupe, and he did not receive any formal education in performing art, but still he mastered the choreography and musical instruments of Kalinga by just observation and practice of it. He lives in Kalinga, particularly in Lubugan, Kalinga. He was awarded by the year 2000. The fourth one was Masino Intaray. So he was also a musician and a storyteller. So a musician and a poet whose expertise were the basal, kulilal, and bagit. Basal, it is a kind of musical ensemble played during the tambilaw, offering of the Lord of Rice, a rice wine drinking ceremony. The next one is Kulilal. Kulilal is a lyric poem about love being sung to the accompaniment of kusyapi, two-stringed lute, and pagang, bamboo zither. The last one is Bagit. It is an instrumental music reflecting the sound and movement of nature. He was he lives at Palawan, specifically at Brooks Point. He was awarded by the year 1993. The next one is Samaon Sulaiman. He was also a musician, a master in playing the kutyapi, a two-stringed plucked flute. He lives at Maguindanao, specifically Mamasapano. He was awarded by the year 1993. The next one is Uwang Ahadas. He is also a musician, an expertise in playing the indigenous instrument called Quintangan Kayu. Quintangan Kayu, it is an instrument composed of lived bamboo logs of different sizes, arranged from shortest to longest, and hung horizontally. The music coming from it is believed to cause bountiful harvest. So his place was Yakan, specifically Lamitan, Basilan. He was awarded on the year 2000.
Moving to the next category, we have metalwork, and here we have Mr. Eduardo Mutok, a metalsmith. He have created numerous wood carving and metal art with religious and secular themes. He did intricate decorations for churches. He is a Kapampangan from Apalit, Pampanga, and he was awarded at the year 2004. Our next category is cask. Teofilo Garcia. He is a cask maker and is often seen walking around his town wearing his gourd cask. He produces all his materials and can finish a hat for only 7 days. His expertise is making the tabungaw hat. Tabungaw is a functional headpiece made up of native gourd called upo, rattan, and bamboo. He is an Ilocano from San Quintin, Abra, and was awarded at the year 2012. On the weaving category, we have Darata Sawabi, a textile weaver, specifically a Bisiabit weaver. Bisiabit is a square multicolored traditional cloth that serves as a head cover of the tausug of Hulu. Headdresses of the tausug men that symbolizes the wearer's rank in the society. In the contemporary period, even women wears the cloth as an accessory in traditional functions. She is a tausug from Parang Hulu and was awarded at the year 2004. Next is Haja Amina Api. She is a mat weaver whose mats are made up of pandan leaves which undergoes tedious process from stripping to sun drying to dyeing. She belongs to the group of Sama from Tandubas Tawi-Tawi and was awarded at the year 2004. Then we have Lang Dulay, who is a textile weaver known for tinalak cloth. Tinalak is a kind of fabric made up of fine abaca fibers weaved with different designs which reflects the tradition of the Tiboli. She is from the Tiboli group from Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, and was awarded at 1998. Our next textile weaver is Magdalena Gamayo. Her expertise dwells in weaving high-quality Ilocos textile called abel. Abel is a kind of blanket made up of cotton weaved in different patterns. She is an Ilocano from Pinili, Ilocos Norte and was awarded at the year 2012. Lastly, here we have Salintana Monon, a textile weaver who is known for weaving bagobo cloth. She is a Tagabawa Bagobo from Bansalan, Davao del Sur, and was awarded at the year 1998. That is all and thank you.